Hi, I'm Cheryl Tondro. Welcome to Aphasia Moments, a video podcast where I share the good, the bad, and then definitely funny aspects of living with a language disorder called aphasia and to speech disorders, apraxia of speech, and dysarthria. I hope that by sharing my experiences, that people will know that there's always hope to live our very best life, even with these challenges. This week, I had two things that happened that coordinate with each other. Um, the other day, I went to renew my driver's license. I had a 5 year license that was renewed just after my stroke, and now it was due. So I went to the registry. I went to AAA, which has a registry, and I was able to renew my license. At this point, I wasn't as worried that as I was the first time I had to renew my license. Right after my stroke, I was unable to drive. Um, First of all, in Rhode Island, after you have a stroke, they say that you cannot not drive for 1 month. This is due to insurance regulations. And after that, if they haven't taken your license away, you can drive. But even though I didn't have my license taken away, my neurologist strongly suggested that I have an evaluation before I drive again. Of course, that's all my husband had to hear. So he wouldn't let me drive no matter what until a professional told me that I would be able to drive safely. Was the first time I really thought about driving a vehicle, a 2-ton vehicle. I hadn't thought about driving since I was 16 when I first got my license. At that point, I knew how important it was, but it was just a really exciting time, and I just wanted to drive and do all sorts of independent activities. So you'll understand if you had a stroke or if you ever lost your license, how desperately I felt I needed to have my license, the ability to drive, because I felt like I lost a lot of my independence. So, in order to get my license back, I had to go to a rehab center. There's one in Rhode Island, in Providence. And I had to do 3 hours worth of evaluations. Excuse me. The other thing that happened this week that really reminded me of this whole evaluation is that I participated in aphasia research study with Purdue, was working on how music affects our progress with aphasia. Excuse me. During this study, the first part, they have an assessment of your aphasia. And pretty much the same things I had to do for a short time during the driving evaluation was to draw a clock. They give you the prompt, draw draw a clock, 4:05, and so this is not as backwards. No, it's not backwards. It looks backwards to me. So I think I did a good job. They also have you start at number one, to go to A, B, no, B, two, B. I can't, I can do it. I can't say it. That's my aphasia. And they also had you copying a um, rectangle. And I think I did pretty good job. Of course, they also did a lot of the aphasia assessments, timing, saying words that begin with the letter S for 1 minute, how many words you can do. And some of the other things I had to do with the driving evaluation were in this study. So, but back then, five years ago, nobody even counseled me or helped me prepare for my driving evaluation. I really wish that at the time I was going to OT, PT, and speech. Not one of them could prepare me, but after I went to the evaluation, I could tell my SLP, I could tell my OT, my occupational therapist, what was on the test so they can share with their clients what they might expect. Because it was really daunting to go by myself to do this 3 hour evaluation, which really wasn't all about driving itself. It was more my cognitive abilities and how fast I was. Um, I was so I was so grateful that the person who was doing my evaluation was an occupational therapist who did understand aphasia and apraxia. So she understood what I was trying to tell her. And I think she gave me higher scores than I would have gotten from other people who really don't know aphasia and apraxia speech. So, um, today I just wanted to share that this brought me back to um, having to do an evaluation. And it was really quite humbling. So I also understood how important driving a vehicle that could kill somebody if I wasn't up to speed, if I wasn't um, able to do it safely. So um, that was my aphasia moment, my recalling the past experience. So I just wanted to share this just in case anybody else who has these communication issues. And of course, I put my experience on my Facebook group, and we started a conversation because it's not only people who have aphasia or apraxia speech, people who have dysarthria or have Parkinson's, they have other communication issues. When we go to drive, we have to make sure we have um, accommodations of our communication, because if we got pulled over, um, we could be misconstrued that we have a problem other than aphasia, that maybe we're drunk, we're not in our right faculties. So it's really important that, first of all, we take the time to make sure we're safe. They make sure we have accommodations with for um, a- any physical challenges. And I would like to share that I also have a aphasia card. We talked about that before. I have that on my phone now. And so if I do get pulled over, hopefully the officer who pulls me over will take the time to read that I have this issue, they have a disability, and I need some accommodations from him, because for him, because I really, I really would have problems communicating with people if I'm in a situation where I'm very stressed. I also have a Visa card, which has information about aphasia and some suggestions of how to help me be understood and understand. And on back, there are pictures I should show you next time. Um, Let me do that next time. Let me show you my supports that I use on a daily basis. So that's all that I wanted to tell you for this week. Um, as as always, all of us have challenges from time to time. But I hope that you see that these challenges do not have to limit your ability to live your very best life. I hope you'll join me next time. Please consider subscribing to my channel, Aphasia Moments, so you won't miss any episodes. If you would like to hear more about my journey, please um, visit me on my blog. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. Bye.